Hi and welcome. I'm Paul.
And I'm Marie.
And we are a UK reselling couple based in Hampshire.
And this is our weekly roundup.
Okay, we're going to have a bit of a chat about our other experiment.
Yes, I'm sorry we're doing a lot of experiments. It's just we're a bit weird, aren't we?
Mm.
We just like to pile the work on and just see if we can have a mental breakdown. That's pretty much what we've been doing.
You try and pin down certain aspects.
We're just trying to crack that eBay algorithm, aren't we? We just can't get anywhere near it.
That'll never happen.
We just want more sales, don't we? We're greedy, greedy, greedy. We want more sales. It's that time of year where you expect more sales and we're not getting more sales.
Yeah.
But this exciting video, I may be overselling it a bit there.
Just a little bit there, I think.
This is our knitting patterns experiment, and the whole premise behind the video is, can we just list volumes of something?
Yeah.
Will listing increased volumes give you an increased traffic, which in turn should give you increased sales?
Well, yeah, the experiment is can you just list anything?
Anything.
Anything
in volume.
Anything in volume. Doesn't matter whether it's popular or whatever. It's the increased listings. Does the increased listings help the rest of the store?
Yes.
That was the sort of
experiment,
because wasn't it?
We kill ourselves a lot of the time trying to list 10 on our, what we call our big shop, which is our everyday everything seller
site,
shop,
yeah.
And we do 5 on our niching down site.
So
between us, we're doing 15 a day, and a lot of the time we are doing this into the night because we can't go to bed until we've listed those 15 items. That's been our goal, isn't it?
Yeah.
So if we go back to the what we call the big shop now, we are doing 10 a day, no matter what.
Yeah.
No matter what we've got going on, no matter whether we're away, no matter what, that is it, isn't it? That's our rule.
That's the rule, 10 a day at least.
And we wanted to see if other people, for example, like Mel back from Burnout, who have been able to list 30, are getting really good sales, wanted to see whether there was an item that we had that we could physically do that many.
I mean, go back to Mel back from Burnout, hers obviously is books.
Yes, very niche.
So obviously she's doing the 30 a day in her niche, in her books. So we thought let's try on the everything store. Just list anything. Yeah, anything in volume.
We've seen daily refinement, and when he used to do 10, he notched up to 30, and he had graphs to support that his traffic shot up. Yeah. So we thought, okay, we've got something that we've had for 2 years that we've got volume of.
Yeah.
Now, we've had these items for 2 years, mainly because we didn't really know what to do with them. We had 6,245 knitting patterns. They were contained within 57 A4 folders, in which were then 4 or 5 in a bag, which were heavy to lift. Yeah. They were a pain in the backside, so we had them under a big table for 2 years. We had a little bit of a difference of opinion as to how we should approach them. I wanted to just get shot of because they were in the way. Paul wanted to get as much money from them as possible by doing like a downloadable thing.
It was one of those things that it could have just kept going and going.
Yeah, that's it.
That's what I was looking at. But
that's it. That definitely would have got us the most money, but also would have taken the most time.
Yeah, when you actually sit back, it's easy to say, "Oh, I'll scan that," and then it's there ready to send out as a downloadable item. But when you actually look at the time that each item would have taken to scan, get the file ready, we didn't know whether amount of time.
Didn't know whether we'd get the money back in a year for all the time that would be invested into it.
Yeah.
So we I had the idea of why don't we finally do something about those knitting patterns, make a video about it, because we have found that doing YouTube has massively changed how we work.
Yeah.
We have learned so much about ourselves by doing YouTube, and it does highlight some of the things that we're not so good at. And one of the things we're not so good at is tackling things that take a little bit of time. We try to cherry pick the best, quickest things to get on. So some of the stuff is left, and by making videos about it, it sort of makes us better at what we do and makes us more accountable.
Yeah.
So I sort of thought this would be a good idea, this experiment, because firstly, we've got 6,245 knitting patterns that we could get onto eBay because no one's going to buy them under our table. So I sort of thought this, I've cracked it. We're going to make a video about it. People will be interested to see whether if they list more, will they get more traffic?
Yeah.
So I'm going to apologise now, Hum, because it was a stupid idea. It has been ever so time consuming.
Very tough.
Poor old Paul was ill after the first few days of doing it. Mentally and physically, it was quite a tough ask. So I do apologise, Hun, because I thought it was a good idea, and as it turns out, they're not all good ideas, are they, Hun, my ideas? You said to me at the beginning, it's not a good idea. You said to me it would be too much work, and I just soldiered on with it because I thought it was a good idea. I thought that it's a way of turning a volume and getting it in on eBay, which is what we've done.
Oh,
but
yeah,
it has come at the cost of your health, the mess everywhere, the sheer amount of time it's taken to get that volume on.
It wasn't easy, but the thing is, if we didn't do it,
they'd still be there, wouldn't they?
They would have still been there. So
I know, but we'd have been happier people, though, wouldn't we? We could have put a sheet over them and just pretended they weren't there. So shall we tell you what the plan was, Hum? We'll go through what the plan actually was. So we had looked at different costings because we wanted to get the most out of it as possible. But we also have a shop that is already above our 1,500 limit. So we didn't want to have lots of costings equated to having these extra items on. So we chose to do 16 knitting patterns in a bundle. Yeah. Which would have sort of yielded us, if they all sold at the price of $14.99, that would have roughly given us about the £5,800 mark, and would cost us about £23 a month in extra fees, as in listing fees. Yeah. So it would have equated to about 390 listings. That's the plan. We had looked at 2 or 3 different plans, and that was the one we went with. Yes. So this was the plan. For the first 5 days, we would do 15 bundles a day. So remember, each bundle got 16 knitting patterns in. So those 15 bundles would be the equivalent monetary-wise of £224, £85 per day. So this was not only testing the volume of listings we were putting on, but it was also testing the monetary value of putting something on eBay. So then for the next 5 days, we were going to up the quantity of bundles to 20, weren't we?
That's it.
So that would mean that we were listing 20 bundles, each with 16 knitting patterns in, and that would equate to £299.80 per day. And over the course of the 5 days, we would be listing 100 bundles. For the first 5 days, when we were doing the 15, it would be 75 bundles. So then after 10 days, we were then moving on to the biggie, weren't we?
The big one.
The big ask, which was, can we list 30 bundles a day? So 16 knitting patterns in a bundle times 30. That was the plan, wasn't it? So on those 5 days, we would be listing £449.70 per day. Now, first thing to clarify is we have actually finished. Thank the Lord, we have finished. Yes. But we finished early, didn't we?
We did.
Because we didn't have enough good knitting patterns to list. So we have got a massive pile of ones that I deemed... Because each pattern was checked as well. This is part of the process. Is when I was going through them, I was checking them.
If you go to, what was it, last week's video? Last Sunday's video, we sort of went through the process of how we're sort of doing it.
That's right.
And and you sort of graded each knitting pattern as you went through.
Yes, some of them were vintage, weren't they, Hun? So they weren't all going to be. Almost all of them were vintage. So some were dated back from the 50s. So they've been handled a few times. Some were drawn on, had creases. Some were considered acceptable, but some were falling apart. So you can't list that as disintegrating in your hand. Yeah. So we did grade them good and bad, and that meant that we had 3 days of listing 30 bundles, and then on the last day we had 28 bundles. Now, just to clarify, on that last day we were left with a situation where we had what I'd call the dregs. Yes. So we were grouping them together. So all the men's went on together, all the ladies went on together, all the kids, accessories. So when you get to the last day, you realise you've got odd numbers. So in that last batch of 28 bundles, we had one bundle that had 20 in instead of 16. We had another bundle that had 18 in. We had then some unique items. So one of them was two Marks and Spencer, well, St Michael they were then, weren't
Michael,
they?
yeah.
Booklets. So they went on
me.
as a pair. We had some booklets rather than patterns. That was 7 booklets. They went on as a bundle. And then we had 3 Wallace and Gromit themed knitted jumpers. So they went on as a bundle. So just to clarify that. So yes, overall, we managed to get on 293 bundles in, I was going to say 15 days, but I think it was 14 days, wasn't it?
Yes, 14 days.
And what we had done, because as we were going through the process, after the first couple of days, we realised, oh my goodness, what we'd taken on. We panicked about whether we would actually be able to do the end of the task. So after day 2, which we were getting on 15, we started to notch up to 20. So even though
we weren't listing,
them, but we were making our own draft
bank. Yeah.
So that by the time we got to the end, because we knew we would really struggle to do 30 a day, didn't we? So the aim was we would have a little draft bank.
So every one we were doing an extra 5. So then when it notched up to 20 a day listings, we did 25. So we were every day we were putting like 5 in a draft bank.
Yes.
So then by the it was a bit easier by the end.
It was, yes, and it, initially before we took this this whole thing on, I did do a little bit of a time study to see how long it would take me to get a bundle ready, and it was only about half an hour. So in my naivety, I thought, oh, well, we're off and running, hun. That'd be a piece of cake. And I'll have lots of hours each day to source other stuff and get it ready for when we finish. That didn't happen.
No.
Because you're going through them, and obviously you're finding ones that aren't so good, and then you're trying to group them together, and it's an absolute nightmare. So realistically, it took about 10 days for my side of it, which was getting everything ready for Paul for when it come to do the photographing. But some of the problems we had, which we didn't really foresee, was, for example, when you're doing photographs, you have to make sure the lighting's right. So we couldn't do it on our photo area because it wasn't big enough. The table in here is not big enough. We had to do it on the floor. Then you can't film in the morning because the sun's coming round.
So you've got 16 A4 pieces of paper in effect,
take up a big
laid
space.
out, so they take up a big space. So the only way you can do it is do it on the floor, and then obviously you're higher up. But when we're stood in the front room, which was the best place for it, had the sun behind us and it was casting a shadow, even with your lights on it.
Yeah.
It wasn't. You could still see the shadow, so we were having to pick our times. Weren't
Yes,
we?
most of it was done late at night.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
When the curtains are closed.
Yeah, I mean, we could have put sheets up and
We did,
all that.
we did,
We
but
did
it was
once,
such a faff,
but it was a bit of a pain. So we decided no, we'll do it more towards the evening, and having the 2 big lights on it was enough. So
But it was lots of rolling around the floor.
For you, it was
For
a
me,
lot.
it
It was me up and down,
And it was you bending a lot, so it was physically challenging. Not something we will ever replicate again because we've learned our lesson now.
We wouldn't go out of our way to buy knitting patterns, I'll tell you.
I don't know if we'd go out of our way to buy anything in volume again like
Not
that.
like that, no.
It was it definitely took us out of our comfort zone. But you're not here to hear us moaning about our challenge. You're here to see whether we got any good results.
Yeah, exactly.
Was it worth all that pain, hun?
Was it?
Well, I'm going to be honest. This is what I was expecting. Now, we've already covered the fact that I was quite naive about the whole thing. I was expecting our sales to be here. We're putting on 30. They've shot up, hun.
Yeah.
Because I was sort of floating around the idea, well, if it makes a massive difference, then what could we buy at boot sales cheap to get volume on?
Just to get volume on. Doesn't matter what it is. It's just to get your listings up, you get your traffic up, and in turn the theory was the traffic then might convert your other items into sales.
Yes, because I had sort of thought, well, you can buy DVDs for 20p at the boot sale. What about if we bought enough to do 30 a day, listed them, it'd probably only take an hour or so to do 30. Yes, we might only be making a few pence, but all that extra traffic is going to mean we're flying high. No. I don't think that's going to be the case. We're buying no DVDs, hun, are we?
No.
So shall we? What do you want to do? Should we take them into the other room and
Yeah, I think we'll
and go
we'll
show them the graphs?
Pull
How
up some
exciting
graphs
for you!
and show you. And then sort of you can make your own opinion on it and see, and we'll give you our thoughts. So yeah. Right. Well, we have some graphs for you.
Yeah, we're in the office now. So one thing we will just point out that we've not mentioned yet is that we purposely started this experiment in the middle of a sale.
We did, yes.
Because we always like to have a look at the sort of the evidence, because what we've sort of been realising recently is that for us a markdown sale tends to have the best results when
it outweighs everything.
Yeah, and we just wanted to try it, so we purposely started it towards the tail end of the sale, just to sort of see if it would still, because when the sale finishes, it always falls off a cliff.
Yeah.
And we wanted to see if it would still fall off a cliff, bearing in mind we were listing so many per day.
Yes. Yeah, that's it.
And just to give you a rough idea, during the 5th and the 8th of October, because our sale ended on the 9th of October, so between the 5th and the 8th of October, bearing in mind we started the experiment on the 5th, we were having double figure sales until the sale ended, and then it plummeted to single figure. You know, so we were selling like 5 a day or 8 a day, whereas before we were selling like 19, 18.
Yeah.
So the for us, the sale has been the most noticeably different thing that affects our sales.
We do try all sorts. We try coupons.
Yeah.
We try the multi discount.
Yeah, we always do the offers to watchers. We do all that.
But from all of what we've done, we have found that there's the markdown sale.
Yes, all of our items are promoted, and do promoted listings, don't we? So we try everything, but for us personally, it is the markdown sale.
Yeah.
So let's see what sort of results we've got then, hun, from this experiment.
Yeah. So
because I'm expecting it to go through the roof.
Yeah. Okay.
So the period is from the 5th of October. So we've taken it from the 5th to the 20th of October. So we've sort of finished a day or so after the experiment, just because we thought that any results might filter through. So we wanted to cover that period.
Yeah.
What it sort of shows is that our impressions, we've got, is that 3 million there, hun? 3,806,681.
Yeah, sounds amazing, doesn't it?
I should have rehearsed the figures first. We had page views of 5,413. We sold a total of 140 items. Our average click-through rate is 0.1%. And we have an average sales conversion rate of 2.6%. Not really sure what a lot of that means, hun, but we're now going to compare it. Do you think, hun?
We can compare those figures.
Or do you want to show the graph, or do we
entirely
show the graph? People like to see a graph, don't they? I like to see a graph because you're sort of seeing. So just remind me, hun, the dark blue is the organic impressions, isn't it?
Yeah, dark blue organic impressions. The light blue is promoted listing impressions, and this grey line here. That is for the it's the same date, sort of previous, however many days that is. How many days is that? That's 15 days, is that?
15. The experiment was for about 15 days.
So it'll be a previous 15 days to that as well. So that's what the grey line sort of represents as what it was the month before. Really.
So you can sort of see though, hun, can't you? Between the 5th and the 9th, when the sale was on, you can see the difference, and you can see how it dramatically drops down. Even though we started the experiment on the 5th, and we are listing, in that period, we're listing 15. So normally we are listing 10 a day on this site. We've upped it to 15, but it doesn't look like it's made that much difference, does it?
No, it doesn't, actually.
But then as you go along, we are now, after that 5th day, so on the 6th day, we are listing 20 a day, but it's dropped down because the sales ended.
Yes, that's it.
But it still is falling under the line, the grey line, which is the month before, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Now, yes, we are aware that this is now Q4, so some of the figures may be skewed slightly because it's in a period of time that there is more demand. But I wouldn't have said the figures show that, hun.
No, I mean, I was expecting it to shoot up a bit more than that.
Yeah. There's definitely a downturn after the sales finish, which is what you'd expect. But it looks like there's only a couple of days there, 3 days I think, where we did better than last month. So I wouldn't have said that the fact that we're in Q4 has made much of a difference to the figures there.
Yeah.
So should we show them September so we can compare?
Yeah. So September.
So September, our impressions were 2,930. That's 2 million, isn't it? 2,930,700.
Yep.
Yep. And then, so it is up by 875,981. The page views are now 4,999. So in October they were 5,413. So there is a difference of 414 page views. Now this is the crux of it, the bit you're all waiting to hear. How many more sales did we do compared to September and October? Well, in September here we sold 136 items. In October, during all that whole knitting pattern episode, hun, we sold an extra four things.
Wow.
Four things.
Just to point out, obviously, this isn't full months. We're going from the 5th of September to the 20th of September.
Yes.
And we're sort of comparing it to the 5th of October to the 20th of October.
Yes.
So in that period, we only sold an extra four items.
Things.
That's
Bearing in
ridiculous.
mind, we were listing 15 for 5 days.
Yep.
Then we were listing 20 for 5 days.
Yeah.
And we were listing 30 for 3 days and then one of 28.
Yeah.
So we had expected, in all honesty, to sell a few more items.
Just a few more. I mean, like I said, it's an experiment. It was just to see if just listing anything random, it can generate more traffic and more sales.
To be fair, it is whether Christmas is affected or not, the increase in impressions is 875,981. So there is an increase. The page views, there are 414 extra page views.
Okay.
But does that really cover the amount of work we put in?
That's it. No, I don't know. You want it to equate, turn to sales.
That's it. Now, the click-through rate in September was 0.2%. So it went down in October to 0.1%.
Yeah.
The average sales conversion rate in September was 2.7, and again it went down to 2.6 in October.
Yeah.
So not quite the results we were expecting, I think,
No, we were expecting a bit more, but this sort of shows really that you can't just
list
anything.
any old fodder.
No, that's it. Just to try and boost your store's sort of viewability type thing. It's gone up slightly, but it doesn't help the whole store.
No, I mean, why don't we compare it to last year, just to give you more of an accurate.
So last October.
Last October, the same time frame, we can do a comparison there to see really what the difference is. Now, you might not believe this, but the impressions are down a bit. So in 2021, they were 3,613,894 compared to 2022 of being 3,806. So only really less than 200,000 difference.
So it's not a huge
not
difference,
huge
really,
amounts.
Really.
The page views are different. Last year we were getting 6,928 page views. This year 5,400. So that's gone down.
Yeah.
But interestingly enough, whether this is just eBay, I don't know. But we have sold exactly the same amount of items in the same time frame, which is a little bit, I'd say that's unusual, hun.
It's very unusual. October 5th to the 20th from 2021, 140. And then exactly the same time period this year.
But interestingly enough, the click-through rate was 0.2%, and this year it's been 0.1%, so very, very similar.
Yeah.
And the sales conversion rate in 2021 was 2%, and now it's 2.6% this year.
Yeah.
So again, very, very similar. So it is interesting when you compare. And I think what we have learnt the most about this experiment, I think, is that we have focused way too much of our time on trying to crack the algorithm and trying to list. It's not all about the listing, I don't think,
No, it's quality items.
It's the having the right item.
Right items.
It's
in
also
demand.
if you've got lots of items online, we are very guilty of listing and then not having the time to go back to those items.
It's the old double L, isn't it? List and leave.
List and leave, that's us. And I think that's what we've been guilty of. I think we focus so much on the importance of listing and listing and listing. And yes, we do agree it is important to list. But based on what we've just been through, it was a bit of a hellish episode, listing going up to 15, 20 and then 30. And really, the results show that it was not worth the trouble.
No,
the only good thing, I will point the good thing out, is that we have sold 3 bundles. Woo! We've had 3 bundles have gone. They are on a shelf now in some tubs. So this experiment has forced us to deal with something of volume.
Yeah.
And the results have sort of proved to us that we have become too obsessed with listing certain amounts each day.
Yes.
And really, we should not relax, but it should not be the be all and end all of our day. Sometimes we're up to 10:30 at night taking photos because we don't want to go to bed before we've listed that 10. And I think that's not the way it should be.
No. Excuse me. You do need to concentrate on listing every day. Yes, definitely.
Yes,
but
activity.
Not so much, I don't think, not so much the volume maybe.
No.
If you've got the in demand items, then get them on, get the quantities on there. But our experiment here was just to see if we can list anything, and see if it will boost the store. And it doesn't. Yes, okay, we're selling some knitting patterns, but we've listed knitting patterns.
Yeah.
We were just seeing if the whole thing can be the traffic can be boosted from just
listing
anything. Answer, it can't.
Well, I mean, we may be looking at this in the wrong way. Perhaps we're being too ambitious. We think it's going to, flick a switch. And perhaps over the next week or so, we might see an upturn. But
possibly, we will keep an eye on it, obviously. I don't think. I think we would have seen something.
I think it would have been a bit more instant. Yeah.
It's not. I think is within 5 days. I think we would have had something.
And it sort of shows me that, I don't know, you do learn a lot about yourself when you do these things. And we have been doing too much recently.
Yeah.
And you've been ill, and we've had put a lot of pressure on ourselves. And I think really, it's not just about the listing; it's about the stuff you already have.
Yeah.
And we've now got 1,900, I think, listings, and really we want to focus on selling those items. Doing what we can to tweak those and to make them more desirable, and I think we will be focusing on that rather than trying to find 10 of anything each day to list, because that's what it is. Sometimes we're scratching around, aren't we?
Scratching around trying to find, and
are we listing the wrong thing?
Exactly, it's just not worth it. Sometimes you're looking at something and you think, I don't think that's going to sell, and you list it anyway.
Yeah, because we need to get that 10.
That's not the way to go, I don't think.
And I think what we'll be looking at is the stuff we've already got online. Why is it not sold? Do we need to group stuff together? Do we need to look at the price? Because we do list things, and then months later, if the price has dropped, we don't necessarily know that. So our items could be more expensive, and that's why they're not selling. So I think we will devote a little bit more of our time each day to really going back over what we've got online.
Yes.
And trying to sort of get more activity and get more sales that way, I think. So that's sort of what it's taught us, hun. It has been an interesting last couple of weeks, isn't it?
It has, yeah.
I mean, we didn't choose a good time to start it, because we started the experiment a couple of days before going away for a lovely weekend with the parents, which put extra pressure on us to try and get the listings done. So we were trying to get like 40 odd listings done in like a day. Just so it was a bit of a panic, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So yes, it's been interesting, isn't it, hun?
It has been very interesting, yeah.
But as I say, it's taught us a lot about ourselves. It's made us think we are a little bit too obsessed with getting those 10 on and not really focusing on what the 10 are. It's just we have to have 10 on. And I think that is the thing we've learnt from this, is that we will focus more on what we already have and not be so driven just for that number, trying to get that number on.
Yes, yeah, that's it. Yeah, definitely.
So on that note, we won't be doing any backlog this week because
No.
we're now panicked that we want to address all those items we got online because we've got a small window before Christmas Day and we really want to focus on those. So we hope you've enjoyed seeing this experiment play out. Did you predict that it was going to be a bit rubbish like this?
Well, it's just, we thought it would go a little bit better. We weren't expecting miracles, but
no, but I was expecting some sort of improvement. But there you go. This is the whole point of an experiment: is to see what it turns out like.
Yeah.
So we hope you've sort of enjoyed seeing seeing us put all that work in and get very little reward for it. But we have sold 3, hon. Oh, 3. We'll be getting that yacht, won't we? Thanks ever so much.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you for taking the time to watch our video. If you liked our content,
please like and subscribe to our channel. Subscription is free. You don't have to pay anything.
Oh, free?
You just press the red subscribe button, and then if you click the bell icon, you'll receive notification for our future videos.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you. Hi and welcome.
Oh, sorry, I shouldn't be laughing. I shouldn't be laughing, I'm sorry.
Let me try again. It's going to be like that. I don't think I'm going to...
Do you want me to say...
No.
He's Paul and Marie?
Yeah. Well, I'm just going to be sat there saying nothing. Let me just try.
Okay.
Hi and welcome. I'm Paul.
And I'm Marie.
You're laughing.
Sorry, my love, I'm sorry.
Sodding voice.
No. Okay, I'm not going to laugh now, hon.
Really?
Yeah.
We'll see. Hi and welcome. I'm Paul.
And I'm Marie.
Jesus. Right, come on. Here we go. Hi and welcome.
I'm sorry. It sort of broke in the middle there.
It did, didn't it?
Oh. Thank you for taking the time to watch our video, and if you liked our content,
the words didn't come out.
Were you channeling them through telepathy?
Yes.
Well, I hope everyone's got
content.
Right, shall we try it again then, my love?
Yeah. Please like and subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon to receive notification for videos. It sounds ridiculous.
Please send Paul some lockets.
Alright, come on.
This is going to be me in a couple of days, isn't it? Thank you for...
Don't make me laugh, it'll make me cough.
Oh, this is the joys of being a reseller, isn't it? You can't take time off,
You can't take time off, you've got to work.
Keep going. And this is the turning 10 odd toys into £2,000 challenge. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know, whenever you start talking, I paused a little bit, but it was probably very minuscule and no one would have noticed, but I noticed.
I don't think you just ruined that for the sake of...
I'm sorry, my love. I'm sorry. I heard it though.
My voice is
this is the.
Hi, I'm Paul.
And I'm. I'm sorry, my love. I shouldn't laugh. I'm sorry I ruined the first take. We could have used it if I hadn't ruined it. Is your voice going to be all right?
Yeah, it'll be fine. Let me have some water.
Have another swig. That's better.
I haven't got to do it again, have I?
No. No, they can't see Longy, it's alright.
You leave Longy alone. Does he just pop up then, does he?
Yeah, I think he does. He just does his own things, like, hello.
Thank Christ for that.
You're right.
I was willing you to hurry up.
That's a little bit rude.
Oh.
You're alright, you feel feeling really rough.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, was I waffling on?
I was thinking, oh my god, she hasn't started the research yet.
How long has it been? Oh my god, how has it been there? Oh my god, babe, it's been
Oh my
there.
god, babe. Well, it's not quite that, but it's yeah.
Sorry if I've been too waffly, Sometimes when I'm sat on my own all day, I just have
Yeah,
to
I know.
speak.
So we get the end bit done. So I can-
Go on then you can go and collapse. Thank you for taking the time to watch our video, and if you liked our content, my brain was saying, say challenge. Okay, let's try again, so I need to do it right.
I wasn't going to do that, and I thought, oh,
You just winged it, didn't you?
I did wing it.
I didn't realise I tilted my head so much. I was like that, and I'm thinking, why has it got my head tilted? So I sort of went like that. So whether it looks a bit weird in the video,
I'm not doing it again. No. It'll have to look
just
weird.
like that, I'm like some tilting nutter.
Tilting
I
nutter.
don't know, I'm like that. Oh, hello. Oh. God, it's gorgeous out there, isn't it?
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
It's gorgeous.
I said gorgeous about 100 times. Got that Friday feeling.
Friday feeling.
I had a coffee.
I'll try not to cough.
Did you want to get? Is that your water there?
That's my water.
Look at you being all pre-warned. It's not the right wording at all, is it?
Pre-watered.
Pre-watered.
No.
That's not right either.
Pre-watered.
Oh, I'm too tired to think of what the right wording is. Organised. Pre-organised, I think is the word. It's not boding well if we can't even think of the right words to describe a glass of water. If we've got to do a video now, it's not going to go well, is it?
No.
Stop waffling when we get on with it.
I'm recording for nearly 2 minutes.
Paul and Marie, or we Paul? I'm Marie. Are we doing? Yeah?
We need to start changing it a bit,
Yeah?
I think. What do you think?
Mm-hmm. Who do you want to be
It's
then?
getting a bit samey.
You could
Yeah,
be
I'll be-
Paolo.
Paolo. Hey, I'm a Paolo.
I could be Mary. No one would notice, would they?
No.
Right. Should we do it then, my love? I've got me big... Feel that? Got me lovely... It's lovely in there.
Lovely chunky knit. Well, it's not chunky knit. Is it?
No, but it's ever so warm.
It's very
I don't know what it's
thick.
made of.
Is this the one you stole?
Well, I didn't steal it, my love. I've saved you money by keeping it. You didn't
Right.
have to buy me anything else.
Okay.
When you stole. Right, should we do it then?
Yeah.
Just babbling now. What video is this? What's the
Weekly
name of it?
roundup, isn't
Oh, the
it?
weekly roundup. Okay. The only thing is, it comes quite high up at the back of your neck, and you think you've got something tapping you, but it's not. It's your clothing. Okay, then let's stop. Let's try and be normal.
Hi and welcome. I'm Paul.
And I'm Marie. Nothing come out then.
Hi and welcome. I'm Paul.
I'm Marie. Just laughing at me
I
now.
just keep thinking of Brum Reseller. So I dropped a pound in her coffee.
It was the fact that she'd put the price up from last week.
Yeah.
It's just the way it said. So I dropped a pound in her coffee. Oh my god, it's so funny. Oh god. Oh god, it's funny.
Right.
Come on, stop thinking about Brum Reseller.
Yeah, stop thinking about Brum Reseller.
It was so on it. So I dropped a pound in her coffee. Oh god, we shouldn't have watched that at lunchtime.
No.
Right,
Hi and welcome. I'm Paul.
I don't know if I was smiling at the right time. I didn't know you were starting then, I'm sorry, hon, I'm sorry. Right, come on. Okay, I'm smiling now.
We've nearly done 5 minutes and there's absolute rubbish.
Did you keep messing about talking about Brum Reseller? Come on, my love, let's do it. I'm smiling.
Hi and welcome. Right.
Come on, you got this.
Yeah.
You got this.
Hi and welcome. I'm Paul.
I'm Marie. Go on.
Is it and I'm Marie or it's just I'm Marie?
You're not Marie, I'm Marie.
Hi and welcome. I'm Paul.
I'm Marie. You made me self-conscious about it now. And I'm Marie. I'm Marie.
I thought you always say and I'm Marie.
What did I say then? Did I?
I'm Marie.
Oh, and I'm Marie. Okay.
I thought it was and I'm Marie.
I think it was better when you used to say, "Oh, we're Paul and Marie." It's because I didn't need to say many words then. Right, come on then, let's try again. So I'm just going to say, and I'm
You've only
Marie.
got to say your own name.
I
It's
know,
not
but it sounds
difficult.
weird when you're saying your own name. Right, come on then. Come on then, Paolo, let's get it done. Right, go.
Hi and welcome. I'm Paolo.
Why don't you try it in Italian? It's Italian.
Hi and welcome. I'm Paul.
Right.
Yes.
Boom.
Boom.
Only took 6.5 minutes. We did one line.
To do a 10-second clip.
Just one line, that's all it was. Oh, you know what I mean? It's in fresh bread. Woo!
Emily's bread is tasty.
Oh, you're taking it to Joel's? Yeah, okay. We can smell Emily's bread.
We can smell it.
It's not quite the same, hun, is it?
Yeah.
Are you ready? Right.
I'm ready.
I'm Garen then. Thanks for watching.
Thank you. Thank you. It was a bit.
I just did that same thing in my head. For some reason, my head's not straight. I go like that. I don't quite know why.
To pain, I think.
Oh.
You just click the
bell icon. I hope you're not going to blame me with my ooh. You're a bit James Brown. Okay, ready?
You know I'm not well, don't you?
No, I'm sorry.
Taking the mick out.
I'm not
of me.
taking a minute. Well, I am a little bit.
Yeah. Press the red subscribe button and then press the bell icon, and you'll be received. What an idiot!
You'll be received. You're so close as well. I'm so close. I can almost taste that coffee.
Please like and subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon to receive notification.
Ooh, free.
I forgot what I was doing then. Right, come on. That'll do.
I always go a bit lower then.
Bye.
Thanks
for watching.
I know. We're a bit Janet. You need coffee, hon. That's good for headaches.
You need coffee.
You need coffee. Ooh.